It's that mentality that has kept you single for all your life. How about you change something? Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale and this is Despite Them. We are talking about episode 6 of Better Late Than Single. Go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, leave your comments, and let's just get into it because I got somewhere to be and I ain't got much time. Quick shout out to an iconic Mamba Bay, Mute's Grave, I think. Yeah, Mute's Graveyard and Espanola 62, as well as an honorable shout out to Suelin Porfirio da Silva. I don't think I said that right, but you know who you are. Honorable shout out because Suelin always puts that patty pop comment whenever videos are uploaded. I love the engagement. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. But shout out to all of you for leaving comments. I was going to address the comments in this video, but I don't think I have the time. Literally working against the ticking clock right now. So let's just get into the episode. So the episode starts out with a little context, you know, from before Yomyong's confection, Jesus Christi. Before, a little context to Yomyong's confession to Jung-mook from the last episode. So we do see Yomyong and Minong. She does pull Minong for like a therapy session. Minong becomes a therapist in this video, and I don't like that for her. I love the advice, but I don't like that for her. She came here to find love. She didn't come here to be anybody's therapist, but it is what it is. Anywho, they're talking in the caravan and they're talking about Jung-mook, obviously, and Yomyong is like, oh, I don't know if I can talk to him. And Minong straight up says, if you don't, I will take him away. So you better talk to him as quickly as possible because they're literally in the same boat. And then Jung-mook and Do pass by both of them on their way to the rooftop garden. It was so hard. It's so hard to see. I tell you, I feel so bad. I really do understand everybody's individual journey. I really do. And I love it for the people that it's going well. I hate it for the people that it's not. And this is nothing against, you know, what's his name? Jung-mook. Jung-mook is having his own journey. But it's so sad to see that all these girls, you know, like this one boy and he likes a different person. It's kind of like, it's just a sad situation and I felt so bad for them. Honestly, I don't feel as bad for Yomyong as I do for Minong because I know Minong stands no chance based on what he has said. And that for me is even worse than Yomyong because he hasn't actually put Yomyong in a situation where he's considering her to date, but he has already categorized Minong in a situation where he will not date her. And that for me is just awful for the girl. It is what it is. He tells Do on the rooftop of the garden that he's comfortable around women that he has no interest in, but he can't seem to, he's very nervous when he's with the girl that he's attracted to, and he's attracted to Do. She then asks if there's a date tomorrow, who will you pick? Guys, let me put a disclaimer here because I know it sounds like I don't like this girl. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know her. I'm always only talking about the show, and that's why whenever I'm saying that she pisses me off or something, I'm smiling and I'm laughing. When I truly hate somebody, you guys will know. And I do not mince words when I really hate somebody. I don't even dislike her. My own problem is that people don't stand 10 toes, and I don't like it. Being ingenuine is just, it's a pet peeve for me. It's a pet peeve for me. So when I see shows like this and I see girls that are being sly, sneaky about the way they go about things, that is what triggers me. So it's not personal. I just don't like her approach. It's her approach that sets me off. That's why when I was watching her appearing and I was always on her new for the way she was moving, it's the approach. It's the approach. You are here to explore. Mute Grace said I shouldn't break this fan. I swear I might actually break it by the end of this series. Just come out and be honest about it. Plus, there is no need to be sneaky because the guy likes you. I'm not on the girl. I'm just going to squash it and I'm going to let you guys eat humble pie. Or I might eat crow by the end of the series. I'm not going to say anything else about this. I'm just going to explore her journey the way you guys are exploring her journey. I ain't going to say shit. I will point out things that I see that are off. I always do. But it's not personal, guys. Please don't think that I'm going to her Instagram or her socials and tearing her down. It is not that deep. It is never that deep. Moving on. Do then asked him if there was a date next day who he'll pick. And obviously it's you. I get it that she wants validation that he's really into her. But he said it. He has even shown it in his actions that he is all for Do. So you don't need to keep testing the waters. I don't think. I think she should just relax and lean into the connection and enjoy it. So anyways, on their way back, on Jungkook and Do's way back down to the lounge, Yomyong intercepts, and this is where we kind of see what happened in the last episode. She and Jungkook are talking, and he says thank you for the letter. So he does appreciate her, and he does recognize that he received the letter, which was kind of nice. So he says that he doesn't know what to do in this situation because he's never been in this situation before, and I'm not sure what situation he was referring to, because there are a lot of situationships going around. There's a situation of his roommate liking her. There's a situation of her liking him, and then there's a situation of him liking somebody else, not her. So I guess the whole thing was just very overwhelming for him, because he does tear up a little bit. I don't see the tears fall. I don't know if it was edited, but he does tear up a little bit. And then he confirms that he is attracted to Do and no one else. Point blank period. This guy drew the line as soon as they sat down. He didn't even waste time. She then pushes forward. And in this is where I'm like, what are you doing? Yomyong, what are you doing? He has shown you what he wants. He has told you what he wants. What are you doing? Yes, I get it that she's trying to be transparent and she's putting it out there, saying that I am interested in you. I know you're interested in somebody else. I am interested in you. But it's the way she did it. She keeps asking him, so am I a 0 then? They were talking about 0 to 1, and this dude that brought up this whole number thing. I didn't really understand what was going on there. Honestly, the conversation made no sense. But Yomyong kept asking Jungkook, am I a 0 to you? And then out of pressure, he says, no, you're not a 0. Because what else is he going to say? Is he going to look her in the eyes and say, yes, you're a 0? I didn't like it. It's a special tactics. Not that Yomyong intentionally set out to do that. I think she was just at the point of desperation where she's like, I'm just trying to reach you. Look at me as an option. Yes, but if the guy has drawn the sand already, he didn't draw the sand after she said this. He drew the sand. I don't, guys. I don't know. This episode got me so heated. Like I was burning. I was burning from anger, from embarrassment, from everything. I was just pissed off during this episode. I'm not even kidding you. He had already drawn the line. So she goes on to say that this is when she now expresses that you're it for me. And that she will keep on expressing herself to him. That's too much. It's pressure. Because in this, I know that they don't understand these social cues, and they are getting used to navigating these kinds of relationships. But I don't know. I don't know how to. I'm weak. I tell you. Anywho, she then goes back to her room and she cries and she calls her mom because she said he shut her out. So she did know that he had drawn the line. Why push forward? Why? I mean, it's okay to say, I understand that you're interested in someone else right now. I just wanted you to know that I am also interested in you. Simple. But she too was giving him, come fuck me eyes. I mean, she was flirting. She looked really cute. She's actually a very cute flirt. I hated the situation, but I liked her expressions throughout that whole thing. I also am pissed off at Jungkook. I don't like that he's closing doors left, right, and center and putting his eggs all in one basket. Explore a little. Who said it? I think it was Mute's graveyard. And am I even saying that right? Yeah, it's Mute's graveyard. They said they too didn't understand why these people will just shut down connections and fall in love so quickly. Yes, I get it. Everything is like, it's rushed. It's 7 days. It's intense. But give yourself a chance, man. Come on. I don't know. Moving on. Me that I say I'm in a hurry, I'm still on scene 1, guys. Then we see Singles night and it's tarot night. And I was so excited because, guys, after Possessed Locked, I got me some tarot cards too. I'm actually digging tarot, not gonna lie. I love it. Do was first and she's asking about if people's feelings ever change. As soon as she said that, I said Songli. And she confirms it that she was thinking about Songli. The tarot reader said no, that soon the feelings are soon solidified, and basically move on. So in her one-on-one, she says she's embracing Jungkook and she's saying bye bye to Songli. I don't believe it for a second. But at least the girl is giving herself a chance, because I will give her credit where credit is due. I'm not setting up a head door bandwagon, guys. I'm just calling out the BS because there's a lot of it. That's just my truth. She's giving herself a chance and she's pushing on with Jungkook. I said, good for you. Jisoo's a third of Jisoo's fan club is gathered in the lounge and they are just bitching because Hyunkyu and Jisoo are talking. So Songli and Sangho are just bitching about how long it's taking, that it's taking too long and everything. And I'm looking at them like, if you want to talk to the girl, go and talk to the girl. Somebody else said it. I think it's an iconic Bombebe. They said the women are definitely they're definitely driving the car in this entire thing, because the women have been a lot more forward than the men. The men just sit on their laurels thinking that it will come to them. And it's like, it's that mentality that has kept you single for all your life. How about you change something? Why am I so mad? Holy Lord. Remember that Sangho was there bitching against Hyunkyu, because it comes into play later. She tells Jisoo then tells Hyunkyu that she's finally down to 2 people now, and she's considering between Songli and Hyunkyu. Next person to the tarot reader was Jiyeon, and she said her question was, how does he feel about me? The answer was that he's interested in somebody else, that these are new feelings that have developed for somebody else. She then didn't really have any more questions. She said she's only interested in that one person, and so that was it. She breaks down, she starts to cry, and she eventually leaves. Jaehyun is searching for Jiyeon at this point while she is on the roof garden with Songli. It looks like, because we don't get to see everything, it looks like they are very good at interacting with people that they're not attracted to, which I guess fine. You know, because she's chilling with Songli on that rooftop garden, and they seem very cozy, not in a what's it called, sexual attracted way, but in like a chill, calm, just friends chatting. I actually respected Songli in this instance because he put in a good word for Jaehyun. He was like, it's possible that Jaehyun does not know how to express himself, and that's why it has led to all of this, but that Jaehyun has been looking for her. And Q Jaehyun, he finds them and he's like, he needs to talk to Jiyeon. He does then tell her everything. It took a minute. God, that whole silence when you sit down, Jaehyun, you gotta fix that shit. Enough. I'm sorry. You had 6 weeks and now you've had 4 days in the house with these women. I can only have so much empathy. Because why? Why do you say I need to talk to you and then you sit down in silence? He did it again even later in the episode, and I'm like, I'm proud of your growth, but fix that shit. I just can't do it anymore. He then tells her everything, and he said that eventually, in the beginning, he thought that she just wanted to be friends, or they were just good friends. That he only clocked and she was interested in him on the one-on-one dates, and that by that point he liked somebody else, and so he avoided her because he didn't want to hurt her. But in doing that, he hurt her even more, and so he apologized. Jiyeon is a class act, honestly. That girl, you guys need to protect her. Korea needs to protect this girl. She's a treasure. Because she not only forgives, well, I don't know, I'm pretty sure she does. She does accept his apology. And then she gives him advice. She tells him that he cannot be like this with a girl that he says he likes, because it's not going to end well. Imagine me giving advice to the guy that I like so that he can go and check another girl. It could never be me. She's a class act. I like this girl. I like her. She went up my rankings. That episode where they did her job reveal, and since that episode, she's been sitting tops, man. I really felt bad for her in this episode, and I think her embarrassment has been probably the worst one of all the girls so far, and it's just really, really bad. He then says in his one-on-one that he has unlimited shame. And I was like, yo, you gotta go unpack that shit with a psychologist or something. You gotta go to therapy. Because why? What happened in his life that led to that? And what has fed into his life that has festered that? Unlimited shame is crazy, guys. Unlimited shame is crazy. And I hope that he gets the help he needs to unpack that. Because why? I keep calling him Hyunkyu is spiraling in this chat with Jisoo. He just starts talking. He's listing all his weaknesses. He's ranting. She had something important to say to him, but he would not shut up long enough to give her a minute, and she's just drained by the end of it. And then by the end, when she's trying to escape, she was literally trying to escape this man. He got so clingy, and I was like, I'm sorry. Nothing against the single guys. It's the event. I was dry heaving when he was saying, what do I do now? Or there'll be a line of people waiting for. As I was dry heaving, that clinginess was so off-putting. God have mercy. She then goes into her own therapy session with Minong. And she's saying to Minong that Jisu is talking to Minong, and she's saying that she doesn't know if Hyun-kyu will end up feeling like a younger brother to her, and she feels like that she may be too picky. And Minong says no, that if there's one thing that you get to choose in this life, it's your partner. You don't get to choose who your parents are, you don't get to choose who your kids are, but you can definitely choose your boyfriend or your husband. So take your time. Minong really gave her solid advice, and I love that for her. I really hate that Minong became the house therapist. I just don't like that for her. I wish that her guy was in this house, but I don't think he is, unless there's more Maggie coming, which at this point, why? The whole house is then not really the whole house. Well, it does kind of turn to the whole house, but it starts off with Jiyeon, Jungkook, and Songchang. And they all talk about how Hyun-kyu was being selfish, monopolizing Jisu's time. And then, what's his name? I think Sangho was even there as well. Songchang then brings it up to Hyun-kyu, because Hyun-kyu is his roommate. He's just telling him that the whole house might perceive him as some kind of person if he keeps doing that, and people will start avoiding him. I'm like, what the actual fuck, man? See, I don't blame Songchang for saying anything. I think it was okay to say something. But I don't understand. If the men wanted to talk to Jisu, they could have been men about it, gone up those stairs, and pulled her for a chat. Hyun-kyu did not arrest. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I don't necessarily think that it was his full. I think it was 50-50. He wanted to monopolize her time, but he also wanted to talk to her. I do believe that it was 50-50. It wasn't intentionally done to spite anybody. He took the time with the girl that he liked. And Hyun-kyu brought up the point. He said that they could have interrupted. He wasn't shackled to her. They could have come up and said, can I talk to her? And I had to give Hyun-kyu the point, guys. And it became this whole thing where he and the fan club, him, Song Lee, and Sangho started, they were talking about it into the night. And Song Lee was like, no, it's not that deep. Like, yeah, you talk to her for the whole night, but it's not that deep. I don't understand. And I didn't like that whole thing with Song Lee and Sangho gossiping like market women in the back. And then when it came down to it, Hyun-kyu was right there. You didn't say what was on your chest. That was a little, for me, it was a little sauce. Especially Sangho. Because Sangho was up with Hyun-kyu saying, you know, people might perceive it like this. It looks like you guys wasted time. It was almost 2 hours, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, you were there, bad-mouthing him like a market woman with the other third of your Jisu fan club. So now, why are you forming that you're advising him? Sangho is a bitch, I beg. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't. There are a lot of tendencies in Sangho that I just find unattractive. Lord Almighty. Anywho, Do then tells Jiyeon that she's starting to get into Jungkook more. I was like, I'll believe it when I see it, girl. I'll believe it when I see it. But I do like that she's opening herself to at least another connection. He's right there, you know. I like that she's doing that. It's then day 5. Jisu pulls Sangho and cuts him loose. This girl cut him loose. She said that she has narrowed down her decision and she just wanted to tell him so that if it ends up being boy's choice, he can explore other connections. She was clear. She was concise. He is a don't. I was like, moving on. They get a newsletter and it's a secret date, and you choose who you like. So everybody makes a choice, but then there's an added clause that it is men's choice. The final choice comes down to the men. So if multiple girls choose the same guy, it ends up being men's choice. So Jaehyun chose Yomyong, and he does that thing where he sits down and he doesn't say anything. She had to say, "Do you have any questions for me?" I was like, fix that shit, Jane. Fix it. He comes prepared. He did write down some notes, which I was proud of. I was like, good for you. If you know something is difficult for you, you prepare beforehand. Then he tells her that he's been interested. He wished he had been more proactive with her. He says there is no pressure. I just wanted to say I like you a lot. Oh, I was so proud of him, guys. I don't know what happened between nights before and this morning, because he seemed like a completely different person. He walked straighter, he held his head high, he looked her in the eyes, he talked about her, and he expressed himself. What the hell happened? Did they give him courage juice the night before or this morning? Like, what was it? I was very proud of him. I was very, very proud of how he like articulated himself and he made himself known and clear. I really loved it. She says she's honest with him that she has feelings for somebody else and she wants time, and he's like, no, I didn't tell you all of that for pressure. I just wanted you to know, and that is how you do it, guys. That is how you do it. I was so proud of him. Young-kyu picks Jisu. She tells him that she's had to go to therapy for her up and down emotions. She suffered an incident in before where she had a stalker, and that has kind of made her careful around people. She wants someone reliable to support her when she has like her episodes. He says that he'll give it his best shot. He's very, understanding. The thing is that I do feel as a medical professional he will be able to help her, but I don't know that it is right to date your therapist because I'm scared that that's where he would end up falling. However, I think he has the technical know-how and he will have the experience to be able to help her navigate these episodes. I don't know. It went well. The conversation went well. There was nothing wrong with the conversation. But then Sungli also chooses Jisoo. She gives him the same spiel, tells him everything about it. And he kind of he kind of eases the tension. He makes like light-hearted jokes, not to the point where he's making fun of her, but just to ease the tension and like kind of help her relax a little bit. Personally, I thought the conversation with Sungli went a lot better than the conversation with Hyunkyu. Hyunkyu is not winning points. I just think that Sungli navigated that whole thing a lot better. There's something about him. He's very and somebody else made that point. I think it was Mute's Graveyard. It was either Mute's Graveyard or an iconic Mombebe. They said that he is good when he's one-on-one with him and Jisoo. He does all the right things. But when it comes to group scenarios, he gets competitive, and so maybe they just have to not have group scenarios when they are together. But it's like, I want somebody that knows how to comport himself wherever, whenever. You're allowed to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect 24/7. But I don't want every scenario that when we go out with our friends, you're competing for some trophy or the other. Made up trophy or the other, But I will say that the conversation with Sungli was a lot better. And at that point in time, I felt like she would choose Sungli. And she confirms that right now she's leaning towards Sungli more than Hyunkyu. Sangho also chooses Jisoo. She's like, I am surprised that you came here. And he was like, why? God have mercy. As soon as he said, my Nigerian caught up with me. As soon as he said why, guys, I got scared. Because I was like, oh my God, this is going to traumatize her. Because it's almost like it's the stalking scenario all over again. Is she going to regress because of this stupid boy? How did she tell you that she is no longer interested in you and she has drawn the line? And then you still pick her and come here and still forward and tell her, what did he even say? He said that he had decided on who he likes. And it's like, you're going to make this girl regress because she's going to feel like, and she did. She felt like she was not clear enough and she was not direct enough because she felt like she had told him already, let's move past this situation. It's not happening anymore. In his one-on-one, he says he likes her even more. La ilah. Save that girl, guys. The producers they better intercept, because if this girl should regress because of Sangho, I'm gonna be pissed off. I don't know what's going on with that boy, honestly. I don't know. I just hope that the producers intervene if it comes to a situation where he's almost giving her stalker vibes, even if he's not. But you know what I mean from her point of view, because she's already had this experience. If it's getting to that point, they need to cut it. If they have to eliminate him, kick him off the island. Jungkook chooses Do. I knew he would. She says that she got butterflies. He then tells her all the reasons why he picked her. And she says she picked him because he seemed like a nice guy. Don't get me wrong. Maybe she did. But I believe the reason she picked him was because of his style. Go check episode 1. If I'm wrong, clock me in the comment section.
아마도 외모 때문 아닐까요? 포켓의 청바지 입고 입고 들어오셨거든요. 그게 되게 잘 어울리시는 거예요. 그리고 얼굴도 멋지시고.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. He then says that with her he likes everything. I don't even know what they were talking about, guys. I was dipping in and out. I was dipping in and out of their conversation. She said that she was happy. She did look, I will give her this. During this date, she was giving him a little more, her eyes did twinkle a little more than any of the previous times that she has talked to him. So I will give her that. She did throw herself into the situation. I'm not complaining that she's giving this a shot. I'm complaining about her method because she then asks him, do you have any female friends? He says yes, that Jiyeon is his friend. I didn't even know this. I thought he was going to say Minong, but I guess he can't say Minong because Minong likes him. He said Jiyeon is his friend. Jiyeon is her roommate. And then she immediately gets weird about it. But she definitely got weird about it. Even the host had to call her out that she was being overly expressive about it. And also, when they were talking and she was saying what kind of things do you like to do on a date and everything, is it me? It might be me because I'm a little salty. I don't know what it is. Is it me? Oh, is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? Call me out. You guys know I will always listen. Call me out. Is it me, or was she mirroring his answers? And then she says that Jomuk is it for me. I don't know if she said that in one-on-one conversation or she said that to him directly. I can't remember. But then she says, is it for me? And then they flash forward to the next night when she's crying and saying that I gave you everything. I gave you everything, which crazy. And now I have to feel bad for her. Because what happened? What happened? Why is she crying? What happened? If it's not Jomuk, who else would make her cry? So why is she crying? Did she see him chatting to somebody else? Definitely gonna get weird with Jiyeon now that she knows that Jiyeon is his best friend. Watch this happen. I get it, in early relationships, it might not be something that everybody wants to be down with, and I can respect that. But have a conversation with it. The way she handled the whole female best friend question, she brought it up, kind of like testing the water. I feel like she works on like an isolation kind of mentality. You have to be like obsessed with me. Which, fine. If the guy comes out being obsessed with you, that's okay. But I don't think you can force it. I don't even know where I'm going with this conversation, guys. I'm rushing. I'm tired. The episode was a lot. It just set me off on so many levels. And it wasn't even dull this time. It wasn't dull. Like I said, I'll respect Do's journey. And I'll watch it and see how that goes. I respect that she's giving herself multiple options. I'm not really sure what's going to happen now between Jongwook and Yomyong. Because I do feel like if he opens his heart a little bit, Yomyong is actually a contender. Jaehyun, I think, will leave this show single. Because I feel like if Yomyong switches now, it will kind of be like another Jo situation where she's just settling, so she gets picked. She doesn't strike me as the kind of person to do that though, but I don't know. Minong, I think, will leave single. Jiyeon, I think, will leave single. Sangho, I think, should be eliminated. Jisu and Seungli, so far, I think they are the closest maybe to ending up being a couple, but I don't think Hyunkyu is going to take it just sitting down. Oh, we see that Jiyeon wasn't picked. Obviously, no guy picked Jiyeon. We also see that nobody picked Minong. Minong was like, it is what it is. Like, she expected that nobody would pick her, so she picked herself up and went back to the villa. We don't see if anybody picked Minji. I think Songchang might pick Minji. But I don't know, right? It's a weird thing. I'm not really sure why they're not focused on Songchan and Miji as much as they are on the others. It's almost like nothing at all is happening there, and it's kind of interesting to see. But it was a great episode. I apologize. This review was a little chaotic, guys. I'm against the ticking time clock here. I'm going for tacos and tequila. So your girl's gonna get turned tonight. But yeah, it was a good episode. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for engaging. I did see a lot of those comments. I did read a lot of them. You guys had some absolutely great points, and so I'm just going to respect the process moving forward. But I will say what I have to say, and I think that's why you guys clicking anyway, so we're not changing that anytime soon. I'll just make sure that I'm more explicit in what I mean when I say what I say. But yeah, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave those comments. Thank you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And Mute's Grave, the fan is still intact. We'll see how it goes by the end of the season. Bye.